I'm sure you've heard it said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And it doesn't really matter if you are speaking to your team, you are attending a networking event, or you're speaking to a large audience. Your energy when you enter that room matters. And people often overlook this idea because positivity is more than a mindset. It's a magnet. It draws people in, it builds trust, and it elevates your message beyond the data that you're going to share. In a world that's full of distractions and disengagement, your ability to lead with a positive presence can make the difference between being heard and being overlooked. Now, positivity is not about being peppy. It's about being present. It's showing up with energy, not over the top bubbly, but energy that is engaging and energy that is intentional. It means you are emotionally grounded. It means you're genuinely engaged and energized by your message and the people that are in front of you, even if it is a virtual platform. This kind of presence builds influence, not because you're louder than everybody else, but because your message is clearer, more consistent, and more compelling. When you speak from that space, people will listen, not because they have to, but because they want to. Studies show that leaders who express positivity through tone, eye contact, and open body language are more trusted, more respected, and more likely to inspire action. This is not just about being liked. It's about making an impact. Positivity creates psychological safety. When people feel safe, when they feel like when they speak up, they'll be listened to, even if you don't agree with them, but you'll listen to them, that's huge. And they will be more important to your ideas. It also boosts memory retention. Audiences remember more of what you say when it's framed with genuine warmth and enthusiasm. And it makes your message more shareable. Positive speakers are more quotable and more likely to be talked about afterwards. So, what's the secret? How do we do this as a leader? Here's 4 ideas that I would encourage you to think about and incorporate. First of all, set your intention. Well before you show up at that event, no matter if it's your team meeting, a networking event, or you're speaking to a group on camera or in front of a large live audience, what is the message you want to convey and how do you want to connect with those people? What is your intention? What do you want people to feel? Inspired? Encouraged? Confident? Let that be your guide for your delivery. Then use open body language. Sit or stand tall, your feet flat on the floor, your shoulders back, your chin up. That good posture your mother always told you you needed to have. Well, that's what you want to employ when you're speaking to people. When you slouch or lean on the table or fail to make eye contact, it sends a different message. Speak with energy, not just volume. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. Let your voice reflect your excitement, your belief, your enthusiasm for the topic. And then practice, practice, practice. Before a key interaction, ask yourself, how do I want to be remembered in this moment? Breathe that version of yourself into the room and let it lead the conversation. Now that might sound kind of woo-woo, if you will, but when you set your intention beforehand and really think about how you want to show up and what you want people to remember about the interaction, that will make a big difference. It's one small change. It's not a whole bunch of things. It's preparing beforehand, what I like to call priming your presence before you show up to any event. Think of a time when you saw someone lead with that quiet confidence, that contagious calm. Maybe it was a leader who probably spoke from the heart, or a colleague who brought clarity in the midst of chaos. That's the power of positive presence. And that's what I'm going to suggest you think about every time you stand before a group or an individual person. What is it that I want this person to feel from my communication? What do I want them to do? And how am I showing up to make that happen? So that's just a few ideas that will help you today. And of course, if you know somebody that could benefit from this video, I would encourage you to share it with them. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so that you get my weekly updates. Until next time.